I get into your head like a CAT scan. Yo, this shit is getting heavy like Jake and the Fat Man. You try to ball me up, but you didn't factor. I got all the angles figured like a protractor. So why you staring?
I have literally played this game so much recently that I don't even remember what I did last episode at all. Hello everyone, I'm James and welcome to today's Diablo video. Hooray! More Diablo. Except today it's not gonna be, well, it is gonna be more rifts. But it's gonna be cool because I have pretty much finished building a new pretty cool build that I found online. Technically I've already used before, but yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So in the short little I'm gonna call it a montage of a compilation of clips that you hopefully saw at the beginning of the episode if I actually edited that in. If not, this is gonna be awkward. Anyway, that was a demonstration basically of what this build is capable of. So what this build is intended for is to clear Nephilim rifts faster than average, basically. My Ulianis build, which I still have, I haven't gotten rid of it, it's down here, is intended for pushing greater rifts, even though it's not that great at doing it. That's what it's intended for. So this one, the main goal is to spam Wave of Light, which does a crap ton of damage, and maintain stacks of Sweeping Wind so that you can do a ton of damage with Wave of Light, and move around the map quickly and gather materials and complete Nephilim rifts quicker than average. And so far, it has exceeded my expectations at its pretty much base level as it is right now. So I haven't optimized the build at all. By that, I basically mean I haven't tampered with stats on gear or anything. I haven't looked at I forgot what the word was. Stat priority. I haven't looked at stat priority at all, so I haven't done anything with that. Everything is basically how I got it, minus like putting sockets and stuff and putting in legendary gems. And I'm actually even missing a piece of gear, which I'll get to a little later. So I could try. So okay, let me admit, it's the second time I'm recording this video. First time, little too shit. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this again, and I'm gonna make it a bit better. First time I tried to explain this build in more detail, kind of quickly, and it ended up being pretty bad. So instead, what I'm gonna do is if I'm gonna say at least one person, based on my viewer base, if at least one person is interested, I will make a guide-ish thing that has more detail and is specific to this build. Because I wanted to not only like use this build and show it off, but I wanted to talk about a few things in this episode. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna mainly focus on this build, but there's more that I want to discuss. So first of all, the piece of gear that I'm missing are bracers called Nemesis bracers, and what they do, something really cool. Well, I'll tell you. It might not sound cool at first, but I'll tell you how it's cool. Is if you have them on, you click on a pylon or a shrine, and it spawns an elite pack. Now the cool thing about that, even though it does sound kind of horrible, the cool thing about that, while using a build like this, is that you can kill them with relative ease very quickly. So you can complete Nephilim rifts faster, and get materials faster, and thus progress faster. So that's the whole point of that. And it's supposed to go in the cube, because the bracers I have on right now, as you can see, like right in the middle of the screen, are meant to buff up Wave of Light some more. So I don't want to replace these. Or technically, I could put on Nemesis bracers and then put these in the cube, so it doesn't really matter. But I already have these, and I don't have Nemesis bracers, so I'm just going to put Nemesis bracers in the cube.
Well, isn't that nice? What? I didn't even know I had that
cannot
thing.
carry more.
After all that, I haven't gotten anything yet. I keep getting these bracers, which affect Tempest Rush, a move that I will never use, ever. So those are pretty freaking worthless. I already got those. Picking up Gold Grants experience. Which might actually be pretty useful now, because of my build. I'm actually going to keep these. I had some earlier and I got rid of them. By the way, it hurt, but I got rid of all the legendaries that were in here, because I tend to hoard things, so I broke away from that a bit. Yeah, so I had some of these bracers in here before, but I got rid of them. But you know, I'll keep. Maybe I'll use them one day. Maybe. So I'm gonna have this build in the background as I just kind of talk about something that has been on my mind in terms of my videos recently. So I've noticed. Well, I noticed pretty quickly, and I had a feeling this would happen. I noticed that things are either starting to get kind of dry or will start to get kind of dry soon. Because with a game like Diablo, really, at the max level, what it comes down to is just grinding, not the not the good kind. And it's like you don't finish. It's the type of grinding where you have to keep doing things over and over again, and have a chance of not actually getting anything. And it's just rifts on top of rifts and bounties occasionally when you want to do those. And I don't really want to just record that all the time. So even though I just implemented that kind of goal system, I might already be abandoning it. Because really, I don't really want to just be stuck basically doing the same thing every episode I make. It's just level up this gym to 25 or attempt to get this piece of gear. So I think I'm going to abandon that goal system. And instead what I'm going to do is sort of like what I'm doing now, and just make a video when I have something particularly interesting to show off, like this build, something new, and something more interesting than me just spamming seven-sided strike. Well, not spamming it at all. Just, you know, running up to enemies and just hitting them repeatedly. That doesn't really work either. You know what I mean. It's something new. And I'd rather do that. I'd rather make something new, but less often, than do the same thing pretty much repeated numerous times, I guess. And plus, when I make videos like this that have like one or two things to show off and talk about, I end up not recording a video for an hour where I babble on about nothing, or I'm just silent as I'm farming a rift, and I actually have something to talk about. It, at least I feel, makes things more interesting, and then I don't have to edit as much, because it's like 25 minutes instead of 45 minutes to like an hour, which is what I usually have to freaking rummage through, and it's awful. And plus, it also meets my goal of making my videos shorter, because I don't think that watching someone farm rifts for an hour is necessarily that entertaining. And I think me actually kind of talking about something different and showing off something new, even though I'm still technically grinding a rift, although I'm just using a different build, I don't know, I feel like it just mixes things up enough, hopefully, for it to still retain for interest in people. At least I hope. I don't know. It probably won't last forever, but I'd like to at least try. I'm trying my best. So yeah, I guess TLDR, shorter videos, most likely, much shorter videos. Oh, at least shorter than half an hour. And probably videos not as often, unless I can come up with something completely new every like couple days, which doesn't normally happen. So yeah, shorter videos, less frequent, but they will probably have more quality and be more interesting and retain value for longer, which is what I'm hoping. So yeah, if I not come up with, I don't actually make any of these builds. I find most of them online, or all of them online. When I build a new build, I'm preparing to complete a challenge. Like if I plan on pushing rifts for a little while and I want to record some of it, or maybe when I'm completing some challenge or like achievement, or I'll work on the season journey maybe some more and record that. So maybe when I'm doing something like that that's kind of a bit more interesting than just farming rifts, something different, I'll record that. But just this kind of standard farming rifts and babbling for an hour probably won't be seen as much. Hopefully, I don't really want to do that as much anymore. And I know I've probably already said this, but it may leave room for me to record more games now. Because like, if I'm gonna try and shorten things and make things more condensed, then I won't be recording for an hour, and I might be able to squeeze like a Smite game in, or like Dota game, or whatever I decide to play instead. And I could actually have more varied content than just, because I would record for like 45 minutes to an hour, right? And then I would take me 2 hours to edit that video that ended up being like half an hour, 35 minutes. So that's a lot of time in one day dedicated to something that I don't really feel in the end will be incredibly interesting. So for me, that's kind of shitty to make and like edit and do all that stuff. So I think this will just be better for everyone if I change up my style a bit. Erlong Shen, the Smite God? Leave me alone. So like I mentioned before, this build isn't exactly optimized, or maybe I didn't mention this, I don't remember. Now by that, I basically mean I haven't messed with any of the stats yet. I haven't looked up stat priority. Yeah, I think I already mentioned this. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few minutes, look up the build, because I think I might still have Chrome open, and see what I have to change. And maybe making those changes could make the build stronger, because right now it performs very, very well. As you just saw, it performs pretty well on Torment 10. I'm not on 8 or anything, it's 10. So just straight into Torment 10, it works very well. Doesn't quite one-shot, which I think it's supposed to do. So maybe if I optimize things a little bit, I could get it to one-shot. So we'll see what I can do. Great. So yeah, I don't know if you can see the page, but the page on Diablo fans literally does not have any stat priority on it at all. So I would probably just have to guess to figure out what I need to put on any of this, and I literally have no clue. Well, I don't know. I might be able to come up with something for some of these. So fuck me. Let me attempt to just change some stuff in my own way, and we'll see if it comes out alright. Okay, I'm done editing my my stats, which is good because I literally ran out of a material, and I'm almost out of other materials. So glad that I finished that up at literally the perfect time. I got some pretty crazy stats. I reduced my toughness by a lot, but I think all the damage I got will definitely make up for that. So let me go over what I did. So I did some things like increase wave of light damage. This is like exploding palm or something before, and that was useless to me. I made fire skills deal 20% more damage, which is really good because this is a fire skill. That's the perfect roll, by the way, 20%. And then I also got a 100% crit damage roll on my neck, which I was pretty happy about. I rolled some like 7-sided strike damage off of this and put life on it. I rolled resource resistance to all elements off of this, put area damage on it, put crit damage on that, put armor on that, and that's about all I could do because everything else I either had to put a socket. Everything else I had to put a socket in, so I couldn't put more like crit damage or anything like that on. Otherwise, I'd probably take off like the holy damage on this and turn it to like crit or something. Another ring that I could use if I didn't salvage it, which I may have, was the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. Oh, it's right here. That I had to put a socket on that too. Although that, nah, I don't know. I like the elite damage on this is perfect. It's fine. I can live with this. So now let's try another rift. See how well this goes. See if I can do any more damage. I'll die really quickly if I take any damage, which will suck, but that's perfectly fine. Yeah. Let's see how this fares against. Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, that's definitely more damage. I don't know what my crit chance is actually. That crit chance only 30s. Yeah. So my crit chance is really shitty. So maybe what I should do is instead of have, I don't know. It's kind of hard because I don't have good rings that I can roll like crit damage onto easily. So or not crit damage, crit chance onto easily. Otherwise, I would just do that. So I rolled a lot of crit damage in hopes that that would help more. But if I don't actually crit, then that doesn't really do anything. So I don't know. Probably made a wrong choice somewhere. I'll live with it. I intend to, after I get my Greater Rift gear ready, optimize this a bit more so that it's more effective. It's already really great, but yeah, there's definitely room for improvement, especially because of the stats I probably fucked up. And I am still missing Nemesis bracers, so that's something I definitely need to get. Those are definitely something I need to get my hands on eventually, hopefully soon. Because having one piece of gear that holds you back is really, really annoying in this game. Especially rings or a certain amulet. So yeah, you know. The good thing about this though is I spent like a bunch of gold enchanting all that stuff, and because of this, the nature of this build, I can just get all of it back like in one rift. Get millions of gold per rift I do, and it's great. If I level up Boon of the Hoarder, they'll have an even greater chance to explode in gold, which will mean even more gold, and that means I move faster for longer and all that. Although I don't really know if I explained that. Yeah, but okay, so I'll bring this up again just because I plan on closing the video soon. If at least 1 or 2 people are interested in a full-length like guide / demonstration of this, I'll try my best. Although I am kind of an incoherent, illiterate piece of shit, so it may not come out very well, but I'll try if the interest is there. Okay, the true test of power. The Rift Guardian. Bone Warlock. Face me. I can't tell. Yeah, I think that definitely did more damage. I think he took like one strike that just blew him up completely at some point. But yeah, definite improvement. I like it. I like it a lot. And with that, I'm going to be ending the video. Definitely going to be spending a lot of time regathering all those materials and getting more Death's Breath and trying to get stuff. At least now I can do it quickly, and it'll actually be more fun and interesting and fresh. So, yep. Don't know what I'll do next time, but it should be cool. And expect some more varied stuff, hopefully. Who knows? I may. You never know with me. I'm like a mystery. So yep, this has been fun. I'll talk to you guys later. See you in the next video.